Boom, what's good? So, decided to make another video. Um, this is almost like a follow up to my video that I made earlier this year, where I talked about men avoiding women. And for me, I have also decided to go even more extreme with what I was doing before. So, if you've been following my old channel, you will know that in 2019, I made a series of videos where I'd go outside, cold approach women, and I'll try and find find a girl. And it was very unsuccessful. I mean, the ratio of success to the amount of attempts I was making was very poor, and that led me to a frustration where I said, "Okay, this is enough. I'm just frustrated with this. I'm going to give up entirely." So back then, 2019, I was very serious about it. I stopped. I got off the dating apps. I completely stopped cold approaching. So my approach used to be I'd go out looking to see if there's signs of interest. And this time I completely stopped that. When I went out, I just did not look for signs of interest. And then the next thing was I I unsubscribed from all channels that talked about women, dating, black pill, red pill, everything like that. And I also stopped going out to the clubs. So it was almost like I went into complete monk mode in a way. But this was just really saving my own heart from all the frustration and heartbreak, not heartbreak, but frustration of not being successful. And that was back in 2019. So that was like 6 years ago. And for the most part, I have stuck with most of those things. Um, Still off the dating apps. The last time I used the dating app or Tinder was 2022, no, 2021. So yeah, it's been like 5 years nearly. Um, Nightclubs, I don't go to nightclubs per se, only when I have insomnia, which is like very rare. When I have insomnia and I go to a club. That's like once every, I think it's happened maybe twice in the last 5 years where that kind of scenario has happened. I have gone to a day club just to see what it's like, which was a month ago. This is the first time I've seen a day club. I was like, what? People having nightclubs in a day. So yeah, being pretty strict on it. Um, the content about women and dating, I haven't been as strict. And the reason why is because I had this rule where if I look at content, if I have an experience in real life that makes me feel bad about myself, then I'm allowed 1 hour of just looking at that kind of content to kind of bring myself back up and to kind of give me ideas and inspiration. But I digress. This video, I want to talk about how I've become even more strict as of today, as of yesterday. And this is because of an experience I had. So in the weekend, just gone by, I went out to a bar. So I'd come back from holiday. I went out to a bar just to see what it's like and socialize and just experience things. As I went in, I was ignored by most women, which is normal. Women don't like to look at a guy, especially if they're attracted. They don't want to boost their ego. So I'm used to that. But then, as soon as I came in, some woman asked for my ID. She was obviously maybe trying to hit me. She was trying to play around with me, and that's fine. And she was quite young. She's 18, and I'm usually not attracted to that kind of. They usually don't have the body type that I'm attracted to, so I don't usually go for that. So I kind of didn't feel I wasn't feeling it. So I had a bit of banter with her, joked with her, and I moved on. But I went upstairs, and that's when I had this frustration. So basically, I was getting ignored. There's an Italian event going on upstairs, and then I was getting ignored by a lot of women, which is fine. This is normal for me. Most women are just doing their own thing. Um, but then I locked eyes with this woman, and she was staring at me, and I was staring back at her, and we were staring at each other. And for some reason, in my head, I was saying, "Don't break eye contact. Don't break eye contact," because this is something I do. And I didn't. And she looked away and talked to her friend. And I kept it at that. Now, the funny thing is, this is a clear sign of interest. So I should have gone up to approach her. But the ironic thing is that the times of when women give these obvious signs and signals to me, I've noticed a pattern, which is what I'm talking about in this video. The times when women give these obvious signs and signals to you are usually the times when you are in a mood or mindset of not even approaching and not even looking for it. So I didn't have that mindset or that drive to even approach. See, the funny thing is when I'm out there looking for it, which is what I used to do in 2019, when I'm out there looking for it, then I don't get any signs of interest, nothing. But when I am actually looking for it, when I'm not looking for it, which is what I was doing this weekend, that's just gone by, she was staring at me, and I'd completely forgotten to approach. That's how, um, yeah, I was completely not in the mindset of approaching. And then another girl looked at me. She came within my vicinity. She looked at me in my eyes once, and then she looked at me twice. And for me, I didn't take that as an approach signal. When back in 2019, whenever a girl, this is what used to happen. A girl used to look at me. I used to approach them, try to talk to them and stuff, and it'd go nowhere. And that's when I just kind of gave up on this thing. But something told me that what I experienced last weekend when the girl looked at me twice, that was a clear sign that I actually should have gone up to speak to her. So what did this lead to? This led me to feeling frustrated with myself and feeling regret that I didn't take these signs, these obvious signs of approaching seriously, and I didn't go for it. So what did I do? I had insomnia the next day, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go out and just go and try and get signs, trying to get signs of approaching, and trying to get some attention in that sense. I think 2 days after this, and what happened when I did that? I didn't get any signs, but I got one group of students. Okay, they were out. They were one of them looked at me from the window. I saw them looking, and I thought they were gonna go by the pub, but they came inside, and they were hovering near me. And one of them had a drink, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let me just talk to them. Let me just try and ask them what they're drinking. So I asked, I came up near them and I asked one of them, "What are you drinking?" And she's like, "It's this Jubilee," and she just kind of looks so awkward and kind of like if I'm asking him like a weird question. And I just felt so frustrated because one of them was clearly looked at me when I from outside the pub, and they were hovering near me. So for me, this was a sign of interest. But then when I do approach them, they get nervous. And another scenario, which was yesterday, I decided, okay, let me try again. Just go out, walk around. And there was a group of girls on a table. This time I was getting a few smiles from women, actually, from the girls. And then one of them stares at me, looks at me. And I'm like, okay, this woman is looking at me. She's in a group. I hate this feeling of approaching groups because it's rude. But I decided, you know what, let me just go and approach the table. I approached the table. And as I was approaching the table, she looks away like if I'm doing something really rude. And I just got confused. She's clearly staring at me. I'm approaching the table to try and talk to her, and then she doesn't look away. She looks away, making me look like if I'm a creep or something. So that's when I reached that limit yesterday. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go even more extreme. 2019, I said I want to avoid cold approaching. I'm gonna avoid women content. This time, I'm going to go well, I'm telling myself, I'm going to go 1,000 days avoiding women. So this is when I'm out and about and I'm going shopping or I'm going to the pub, I'm going anywhere, I'm deliberately not even going to look at a woman. I'm not even going, if I see, because I know, my body knows when there's a woman, I'm deliberately not even going to look at a woman. Secondly, I'm deliberately going to avoid being within 10 meters of a woman. This is extreme. And so basically, I gave myself leeway. If it's like the gym, for example, or somewhere like social, I do salsa. So salsa dancing like every couple of weeks. if it's like that, then I'm going to give myself leeway not to not to be so strict about the vicinity of the women. But the point of this is, this is giving me, this is ingraining a habit. This is ingraining a habit in me whereby I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not putting myself in the vicinity of being open to women. And this is important because I'm not giving myself the opportunity to get mixed signals. This is the key thing about this, why I'm doing this. Because I've talked about those examples of things I've experienced where I approach the table after a woman is looking at me, or a woman is looking at me from afar, and I approach, and it just doesn't go well. And my experiences in 2019 with the cold approaching, which made me give up. These are all a result of me being open to being approached, or me being open to approaching, and as a result that I get mixed signals. And I get mixed signals because the women are insecure. So by being open to being approached, I am attracting insecure women who are not confident enough to be approached, which is the irony. So the paradox is, the best way to actually be approached by confident women who are desperate for me, who actually want me desperately, is to completely ignore them. And this works because I had experiences um, in the last couple of years that have told me this. And it's only just clicked now. It's only just come together. Because in 2023, as an example, this is when it really started to click. I was still in this mode of completely ignoring women. I switched from going to the gym in the evening to going to the gym in the morning. That was the year that I switched. So when I started going to the gym in the morning, I saw a whole crop of new women, new girls who I'd never seen before. And obviously I was ignoring them completely because I was focused on my gym. And I was still in that mode of 2019 where I just don't look at women. And suddenly, for the first time ever in all my life, I was getting looks, or I was getting these women that were starting to actually look at me, like stare at me in the gym. And that never happened to me before. Before in the gym, what would happen is that I would get older women who I'm not really attracted to. They'll come straight up to me and they'll talk to me. They'll show interest, or I'll be in this mode of where I'm really focused, and there'll be groups of girls talking to their friend, and I can sense that they're looking at me, or girls would accidentally try and bump into me. But I never had this experience where, like, I'm walking towards a machine, and a woman walks in front of me as if to get in my way, and then she looks up at me and stares at me for 2 seconds right in my eyes. That's when it clicked to me that, you know what? That's when it started clicking to me, you know what? Completely ignoring women is the best way, because the ones who really want you are going to do that. They're going to come right in your vicinity and they're going to stare right at you. And the second thing is concerts. Concerts, after my experiences with 2019, I was completely burnt out of approaching anyone in social scenarios like clubs or concerts and nights out. So when I went to concerts, started going out more of them, 2023, I started getting women like literally coming up to me and like almost grinding me, basically. Basically, they were grinding me, okay? And I wasn't looking for it at all. Like, these were like, I'm enjoying the music and they just come right up to me. And that's when I realized, you know what? Why am I putting all this effort trying to find a woman, trying to go out there, trying to put myself out there, when in fact, when I don't do anything, when I'm not even looking for it, that's when I get the attention or whatever. And then last year, I think it was last year, I remember having this experience where I'd just been watching this video about handsome men and the things they go through. And I went out to a pub that I normally go to, but I was completely ignoring people. Just I was really focused on what I just watched. And this woman who normally ignores me, she's really overweight. She doesn't walk. She's so overweight she has to basically use a buggy of some sort. And normally in the pub, she ignores me. Like she almost like if I'm. It's weird. Like it just seems unusual. But then that day, she says hi to me out of nowhere. I've never. She just says randomly hi, and I'm like, who said hi to me? And I looked and saw her, and then I said hello, and then from then on, she started being really friendly to me. It's almost like it clicked to her. Like she realized, oh shoot, now he's completely ignoring me. Oh gosh, now I have no chances. Now I've definitely got to speak to him. So this is the thing, like if you reach this stage like I've reached where you decide to completely avoid women, completely avoid them, not even just be open, what I hate is this idea that a lot of people give this advice where you have to just go out there and just enjoy yourself. Go out there, enjoy yourself. Don't look for it. Go out there, enjoy. That's absolute cope. That's like the worst because the truth is you're still looking for it. You're still open to it, and you still have the energy of desperation in that sense. You have to go more extreme. You have to go extreme, so extreme that you're not even wanting to look for it. Basically, you're avoiding it. And this explains why a lot of guys who are in relationships or married, they tend to get a lot of this kind of attention because they're avoiding it. So for me, this is like day one or day two of completely avoiding women. And it's been weird in a sense because I've been avoiding them even when I'm driving. I don't look. When I see out the corner of my eye that on a bicycle or walking by me, I don't look. And twice today already, two women have been staring at me while pumping their car, pumping gas, and another one was putting stuff in the car. Obviously, I was driving, so I'm not gonna stop my car in the middle of the road and just get out and speak to them when there's traffic around me. But it just shows that it's already beginning to work. If you're someone like me who's frustrated with mixed signals and you're frustrated with um, being open to women, being open to being approached or being open to approaching, but all you get is these mixed signals, or you get these half signals where it's kind of like you're not sure, where like if you approach it's going to be awkward, it's going to be creepy. The best thing to do is just completely avoid it completely and just go about for a few months, maybe even a few years, just improving. And suddenly, the women will be forced. The ones who are actually into you, they will be forced to put themselves in your vicinity and make it obvious. And that's the key. That's the key message of this video. If you're a man who's frustrated with mixed signals, put yourself into the mindset of I'm avoiding women. Avoiding women. That's going to save you from a lot of emotional frustration, and that's going to increase the opportunities of women who are interested in you being obvious. They're going to approach you. That's literally what it's going to be. Because at the end of the day, they're approaching me. So yeah, I want to say it. Women will start to approach you. Okay, and that's the basic message of this video. I'm avoiding women for 1,000 days, not because I want. No, I'm not doing this because I want women. I'm not doing this to get women. I'm doing this to protect my emotional integrity after being open to meeting women, after being open to approaching women and getting mixed signals or getting signals where I am approaching but being made to look like if I'm a weirdo for approaching. And so I've decided just to exit that game and go with what I was doing in 2019, like even more strict, and just see what happens. Yeah, I think it's going to really help me. And I think it would help a lot of guys who are not sure if they're attractive or not. Just avoid it. and see what happens. Anyway, long ass video, longest video I've made in a long time. But anyway, hope you enjoy it. Hope you find something useful from it. With that said, peace.